I get sick about 2-3 times a year, and I will always take it as a refresh. It's not a negative thing. It's just a normal, natural cycle, if you will, of rebalancing that my body does, and I will take the opportunity to go slower, to shut down, to do more self-care, to just relax, rest, and reset. And that's essentially what your body does physiologically when you have a high-grade fever, when you have those kinds of symptoms that shut everything down. You essentially reset. As somebody who does natural medicine, as somebody who does holistic health, I think it's useful of not just talking abstractly about illnesses and remedies and sort of therapies, but talking about your own personal experience, right? And I feel like I can share a bit of what happens when I get sick, how I approach illness, what I do to help myself. I first experienced symptoms on Thursday of last week, so today's Monday. That would be 4 or 5 days ago. A bit of scratchiness in my throat. And I immediately thought, okay, something may be coming up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce my sugar intake. Again, sweets and sugar, things of that nature aren't bad. A lot of times they're painted as categorically bad in nutrition, in different spheres of health. I categorically disagree. They're not bad. They just need to be understood and used appropriately. That's another video. But anyway, when I started getting when I started getting that itchiness in my throat, I knew, okay, I'm going to have to control my sugar intake. So my added sugar, meaning the sugar I put in my tea or my coffee, I'm not going to do that. And actually, I'm not going to take any coffee. Not that coffee's bad at all. It's just, again, the nature of substances is important. So when I get like that, I know that I want to focus on 3 tastes principally: sour, salty, and spicy. Those tastes inherently in traditional Tibetan medicine have purgative properties. They're good antiviral, antibacterial sort of agents. And when I get a bug and I feel it in my throat, I know it's probably a pathogen, probably a virus that I want to treat using the sour, salty, and spicy tastes. So I immediately sort of cut any sugar, added sugar. If I do consume fruits, they're going to be citrus, they're going to be not the straight sweet, but also sweet and sour tastes. And I go that way. And I also add maybe a bit of honey to my diet in order to regulate the phlegm levels if they're heightened. So I did that for a few days, and for the term of my treatment, I do continue doing my 30 to 40 minute daily or morning routine that I do breathing exercises with. I do a bit of stretching, a bit of calisthenics. It's nothing too intensive. It's nothing I couldn't do even with a fatigued system. But depending on what your exercise regimen is, you may want to scale it down a bit. You don't want to go too super hard when your body's not feeling 100% and you don't have so much energy. But you do, I really feel like it is beneficial to continue to stretch, do a bit of exercise, that is always good. The next thing I did was I also used, I don't use any medicine. I typically don't use any medicine unless it's really a long-standing thing. I personally like treating myself with diet and exercise for two reasons. One, because my imbalances, my illnesses tend to be shallow in the sense that they're not long-standing, they're minor, they come ever so often, and so they leave rather quickly with diet and exercise. Also, I don't want to rely on medicines for nothing too severe, so that when I do really need that level of therapy, it's extremely effective because my body is not habituated to that sort of thing. Not to say that using medicines are bad, it's just I like to keep it in diet lifestyle. So that's what I did. I made sure to eat sour, salty, and spicy foods, and this in a way helps the body along, especially if you have a low-grade fever or you feel like your body is going to be feverish or looking to be feverish. You actually want to help the body in doing so. You don't want to kill a fever early, or as we call in traditional Tibetan medicine, bury a fever. There's a reason for which your body wants to raise the internal temperature, and you should be keen on that and help it along. Eat those kinds of foods, cover up, stay warm, try not to bathe. It sounds nasty, but it's true. Try not to bathe completely because it really cools your temperature, your core temperature, even if you take a warm bath. The other thing I did is because I was experiencing some pressure headaches, some sinus headaches, and a bit of ringing in my ears, I, before bed, would take a few dabs of sesame oil and put it in my ears. I did coconut oil pulling, which is basically taking a heaping teaspoon of coconut oil, swishing it around for 20-25 minutes and spitting it out. And that was something I did 2 or 3 nights, and it helped with the symptoms of the flu and the cold, as well as any propagation of the virus. So that's my experience in getting sick. I hope that was useful. I hope everybody is doing well. Obviously, we're in a pandemic. Nothing should be taken lightly. Take every opportunity that you can to take very good care of yourselves, mentally, physically, spiritually, especially at this time. I wish you all the best. Bye.